academic I look. It's almost 6 in the morning. This post Independence Day 2024 when they decided to become independent of the USA in the USA, and now they're a new country that's not a republic. Anyways, hey, I gotta update my resume with two things. One of them is the occupational first aid, and where I got a 25 on 25, perfect grade. Also helped others learn during the class. That's what a learning specialist does as a lifelong learner as well. So, but I also wanted to add my Master of Science in Ecocentric Worldview degree. It's official. I graduated. I could also show, my final written product. But there was a lot of assignments, and they're all documented in many ways, such as many dozens of YouTube videos. So now I got 4 post-secondary degrees. The first one was Cégep de l'Outaouais, and it was in 1992. Un DEC, Diplôme d'études collégiales. And man, I look academic with these guys. And it was in Sciences Humaines avec mathématiques, because back then we had to say that if there was math involved. And my second one is Bachelor of Arts from the University of Ottawa, where at that point, it's the general one I did, where we had to choose 2 topics where we accumulated a certain amount of credits in. So we had 2 micro specialties. For me, psychology was the one with the most credits that I chose, because that's really what I wanted. And I never got accepted because of my grades and how elitist they were in the faculty of psychology, except I ended up with more psychology credits in my bachelor's than many people back then who did a bachelor of psychology. Now it's not that they didn't have a chance to do more. It's probably because they chose other things. I was just really interested in psychology. And the secondary one is philosophy. And kind of reminds me of the first Roadhouse movie and the second Roadhouse movie. If you watch both and you pay attention, you'll know what I mean. Psychology and philosophy. And so that's the second one. The third one was Vancouver Island University College. I'm not sure they should get the designation of university still. And that was the Master of Arts in Sustainable Leisure Management, where I ended up firing my faculty after they kept changing supervisors on me, because none of them wanted to admit they weren't really specialists of what sustainability really is. So in that 26-page letter, along with my draft for the introduction thesis, along with a letter I wrote to the advanced Ministry of Education branch of BC and other things, it kind of 100 pages anyways there. But not finishing the thesis because they couldn't work with me. Not I couldn't work with them, they couldn't work with me. And they could have followed up ideas that I was pursuing proactively, like merging my master's with a Master of Leadership and Education at the same supposed university college of VIU, and no support there either. So firing them was the right thing to do. It made me a stronger academic. But I did get the graduate diploma, which is because you got undergraduate, which is bachelor's. Then you got graduate, which is master's level. Then you got a postgraduate, which is PhD. Yeah, fence is close to. So it is a graduate level second cycle degree. Okay, I have to explain this to a lot of people that work in post-secondary institutions, colleges mostly, and they don't understand. So they think my highest degree is a bachelor's, although you can't get the graduate diploma without having had a bachelor's, but they're missing that point. So I don't know what to do. And now my fourth one is completed, a Master of Science in Ecocentric Worldview with all the trimmings And it's all documented. And if any of you want to challenge me on it, again, I will put your name on the list of names already there that have been challenged. People that challenge my titles. So we'll have a debate where your titles will be challenged also. Then you never hear from them again. And that includes people with, sometimes less degrees than I do, but they have a job. And so my Master of Science in Ecocentric Worldview is a legitimate degree I had to create to replace the other one. And I did everything, the assignments, and everything's been well documented. And that's what it is. And if you want to challenge me on it, it's one of my specialties. You think I'm going to refuse anything that is a specialty of mine? I know you guys do. But you claim on your specialties, you refuse debates on it. And guess what? Post-secondary degrees include debates. Not just once, for the rest of your life. Otherwise, don't claim you're like a learned person that knows how to defend your specialties when you don't. You think a diploma on the wall prevents you now from, stimulating your mind further, or be stimulated by the mind of another that has been stimulated in different ways. So this point here is, at this point, I could start documenting all of the nonsense of my attempting to get into a PhD with various universities of the world. And it's years of documentation of this. Ridiculous. Or, and that's the way I could introduce my own PhD, I can now create my own PhD. We're in the Anthropocene, people. There's really very little I can learn. I wrote about this, dear British Columbia residents, when I left BC, is it's been becoming increasingly hard to find role models or mentors. So that doesn't mean I have to stop my self-actualization and personal development or professional development. I can just do it mostly on my own.